What is going on, YouTube and podcast fans from around the world? It is 9:15 Eastern Time here. We're just outside Atlanta. It is Monday, April 12th. This is the TMF podcast. If you're just joining us, thank you for joining the podcast. This is going to be recorded and restreamed. If you'd like to join the chat, you can do that right over here in the chat bar. And if you'd like to join the podcast live via Zoom, you can do that as well. And we will put you right in a little box right over here. And you can join in on the fun. And we can have some fun conversations about whatever it is that you want to talk about. Keep in mind, there is a slight delay to YouTube. So I might be a little bit behind on seeing your comment up on there. But we're going to kick the show off. This show is brought to you by me. I produce this show myself. This is new to me. I have been doing another channel here for quite some time, the Eclipse channel. But this is the TMF channel. The TMF stands for Tough Motherfuckers. That is what the clothing brand is about. And that is what the podcast is about generally. But we're going to cover all kinds of topics. Today's Monday, man. And let me tell you, I don't like Mondays. I think anyone can tell you I don't like Mondays. Mondays are my least favorite day of the week, hands down. I don't know. I usually take Monday kind of to regroup from the weekend. You know, like you just lose a little momentum over a day off sometimes. When you're self-employed, you kind of just have to keep the grind on. Sometimes you just get stuck in your own way doing that. So had a good time with the kiddos on the weekend. So that was nice. They enjoyed the new digs. The studio that I've got here behind me, this here is green screened up. I still have my regular studio behind this, but thought for the lives we'd mix it up a little bit and we just try something different. So let me know what you think over there as well in the comments. Give me some thumbs up or whatever. I do believe there's a super chat option now as well. And if you want to join, the Zoom information is in the comment section or in the description below the video. So that'll be fun. Let me tell you how my Monday started. Man, got to get up early, 6:30. Got up to take the kids to school. You know, they don't. I don't live in their school district, so I have to drive them, drop them off in the morning, and then they go back to their moms for the week. So we drop off a bunch of their stuff at the house and so on and so forth. And usually, you know, lately I have been going on these walks with my friend and her dog. And this is my ex-girlfriend, I guess we'll say. And so I go over there this morning, and we usually do these walks at 8 o'clock. And I get there at like 8:05. She's still asleep. It's ridiculous. I know. And what does he got here? He's left with a 9 pin. This guy. And so I brought over a little video doorbell to put on her house because she lives alone. I thought it'd be helpful to have one of those doorbells that she can see if anyone's coming and going by her place. Get the dog up, you know, whatever. She's running late. And I was going to watch the dog a bit at work today because she had to be gone for the day and the night. So I took him with me. And it's supposed to driveway kind of like this, pretty steep. And I usually park on the left side of the driveway. She parks in the garage. No big deal. Well, we're leaving. I get in the car, I'm all loaded up. I back up like 20 feet up the drive, maybe not even, maybe 15 feet. And my brain goes, hey, I didn't lock the front door. Front door's open. Now, backstory is that she locks everything. Me, I hardly ever lock anything. She locks everything religiously. So I stop the car, get out of the car, and I'm walking. I said, hey, I need to check the front door. And as I say that, she's backing out of the garage. She backs right into the front of my car. Front right side of the car. Just crunch. And I was like, oh. And she freaked out. She was pretty upset about it. And I was like, it's okay. You know, just a little paint, a headlight. I mean, it cracked my headlight. It busted up my right fender trim. Little crease in the quarter panel and scuffed the bumper. I mean, look, not the end of the world. Honestly, I would say it probably did a little more damage to the back of her car than it did the front of mine. I honestly wasn't that concerned about it. I mean, I looked at it, it's an easy fix, really, on both cars. She drives a little bit of an older car than me, so I wasn't all that concerned. I'm like, look, whatever, freaking Mondays, right? Um, so that happened. She's bummed out about it, like seriously bummed out about it. So I go to work. It's fine. I'll look at it. We'll go on the internet. We'll find some parts. We'll get it fixed up. No big deal. And well, let's look at the stocks. Oh, stocks today, solid red. Why not? It's freaking Monday. Everything's sold off. So if you play the stocks, man, look. Let me tell you what I saw today. That was glorious. Look at this. Freaking grossness. Oh, man. AMC sold off. AMC's below $9 again. So much for hitting that $20 mark. I mean, not that long ago, this sucker was up there pushing that $12 mark. And now, way back down. But this was kind of a common thread all day long. Cannabis stocks took a big beat. Look at that. I mean, almost identical stocks. Aurora Cannabis, Afria, Tilray. I mean, it's almost just too good to be true to see a dip like that. 13%. It's insane. Another one that was I just did a video on about how well it was holding up is Upstart, and what for some reason there it is up here. Upstart even down to 112, which is low for where it's been. You know, we look at it across the board, everything down. I mean, 11%. You know, this is insane. Workhorse, we don't follow Workhorse really. I was following the Workhorse thing, but no contract, no money. All these took a hit. Xpeng took a hit. Tesla actually had a little bit of a run up, not huge, but $15. You know, Tesla's so high to buy that you know, $15 isn't huge on that one, but I'm surprised this one held up as good as it did. Pulling a big U, kind of weird on the day. I'm still in Fubo. I am taking a friggin' big fat L at the moment on Fubo. I mean, look, we can look at chart analysis on what it looks like. It just looks like it's freaking about to flick me off. So, you know, we had that happening. That wasn't the most exciting thing that happened this morning. It's kind of a bummer. And then two of my DTG printers kind of on the fritz. So I was messing with those all morning and, you know, answering some phone calls at work. And then normally my dog, I have a dog, big boxer. He usually stays with my kids. So when the kids come here, he comes with me. When they go to my ex's, he goes with them. She decides she's just going to drive over and drop him off. So he's there. She's like driving away. Just going to leave the dog there because of whatever. So he's here in the studio snoring. If you hear him snoring, that's all right. So that was my Monday, man. It was kind of crazy. You know, it wasn't really... And my AC in the house when my user froze up. Probably because of the filters. I just moved in. They didn't really change the filters. So, where that happened. So, that's how my Monday kicked off. And then, you know, you could say that's kind of a crapshoot Monday. But in the scheme of things, there was a time where I remember being at work, stressed out over projects that I was working on, customers stressing me out because they had events that they wanted to go to, they had things they wanted to do. And I remember pretty vividly the flooding that happened in Texas a couple years back, where we just had big hurricane come through and Texas was just distraught. I think it was Houston, but it was just wrecked, right? And then the storm moved its way over to Florida and all these people lost everything. And I remember sitting there at work going, and I thought to myself, none of what I'm doing is that serious. Like, my job, nothing what I'm doing right now is really that serious. These people right now losing everything in their life, that's serious. You know? And that changed my outlook on things. And I changed my work schedule. I changed my work-life balance because of that. I changed a good bit of things in my life. I don't know why. It just hit me. It hit me different. And, you know, I've been thinking a lot about some of the stuff that's happened in the world recently, and in our world, in America. There's so much happening right now that is just unnecessary. And we just live, like, sometimes you just have to stop and think, like, this is just a weird world. This is just a weird time to be alive. It's like the most advanced we've ever been as people, and yet we still act like cavemen half the time. More than half the time. We just do caveman stuff. And it's so crazy. And I got home today for lunch and meet the AC guy here, and I was just looking through Google News and came across the shooting that happened in Minnesota, which was a bummer. And I saw a video clip of it, and you know, it's a bummer, man. Like, unnecessary actions. And it reminds me that we can look at this, oh, we can blame whoever we want to blame. Right now, there's, like, I did a video about it, you can go watch it. You know, there's no way to be like, just to blame the cop or to blame the guy who died. I mean, look, everyone made a mistake. And in this world that we live in, this life that we have, every little decision we make has, like, for lack of a better example, a butterfly effect. So you do something that seems almost seamless because it just affects you and maybe one person around you. But this affected so many people. And this happened, you know, very rampant last year, where 2 or 3 people made a decision, a bad decision, to do something to somebody or whatever, and the repercussions just, I mean, it was like this, like a big splash in the ocean. The waves just rippled out across the country, half the world. I mean, it was wild. We got to do better. We have to do better as people. You know, we can't be having these things happen. And I do want to talk about that. I hope some people join the podcast tonight and we can talk about it from some different viewpoints. Because I see the comments, and I'm going to read through some of the comments on the other videos, and just, you know, we can just kind of go over some of that as well. So that happened, and then right behind that is first school shooting we've had in a minute. And there's not a lot of details about that. In Tennessee, in Knoxville, Tennessee, there's a school shooting at a high school, and someone's dead there, and some people are injured. And I don't understand it. I don't understand the senseless acts that people portray upon one another. Like, I don't understand why a kid would want to go shoot up school, or if it was a kid or whoever shot up the school. I don't get it. And that's sad, because we've been doing so good. But honestly, the last week and a half, like, what, we got like 4 or 5 mass shootings? Just senseless violence that's happening right now. It's so ridiculous. And so Biden went out there and had a speech, and I saw the conservative twins cover it, and I saw somebody else covered it. There was like 2 more YouTubers that I saw that were covering it, where Biden basically said that, and you gotta wonder if he even realized what he's talking about, but he said that you can buy a gun without a background check at a gun show. That at gun shows, pretty much just the Wild West is how I put it, you know. And so then they reamed Jen there at the whole White House press conference about it and the briefing, and she's trying to defend what he said, knowing good and well what came out of his mouth was pretty much explicitly that he believes that, you know, we need more background checks everywhere, gun control, yada yada yada. But people who do crimes don't care about laws. That's facts. If I wanted to buy a gun illegally, I don't think it'd be that difficult. I don't own a gun. I don't care to own a gun. It's nothing to do from a self-defense perspective. It has nothing to do with like my stance on guns. It has everything to do with, for as long as I've been able to go buy a gun, I have nowhere to use it. Well, I'm not really nowhere to use it, but you go to a gun range. I don't want to go to a gun range and pay to go to a range and then go buy bullets and then just shoot them at a target and then go home. Like, it doesn't entice me. I don't feel like that'd be a lot of fun. So I've never really been into guns for that reason. I never felt the need to own one to protect myself. Also, I feel like if you own a gun and you carry it, that you should definitely be prepared to use it, and also be prepared to face the ramifications of using it, because it's not, you fire a weapon at somebody, it's big business. So that's the reason why I don't believe it. But I don't know what the answer is. I think I don't know what the answer is, but I think what is a good direction is for people to just treat people the way they wanted to be treated. Just do better. Just be better as people. And, get along with your neighbors. Don't cut people off in traffic. I mean, hell, a week ago, just right down the road from me, probably 4 or 5 miles from here, there was a road rage incident. Someone got shot through a car. Like, where are you going? That's so important that the red light made you get so angry at somebody that you got out of the car and shot. It's crazy, man. That's crazy. That person has a gun. Just lost it that day. Like, what goes through your mind to be so mad at somebody in your car in traffic that you get out of the car, you grab your weapon, right? You take the safety off. Hopefully you take the safety off, and it's not already off, and you're driving around with a freaking weapon ready to blow your dick off. And you cock it, and you get out of the car, and you shoot it at somebody. What happened that led you down this path? I don't know. I don't know. But it happens. It happens a lot. So stuff's kind of senseless. So that's what happened there. Another thing that happened that is a bummer as well. It's just like Mondays are just full of just bad news. Sometimes you just got to open up freaking dog videos and watch those. But another thing that's a bummer is, if you're an MMA fan or a UFC fan, is that Conor McGregor, Dustin Poirier, Conor calls off the fight for July. Conor calls off the fight because Dustin went on Twitter and called him out for not donating money to the Good Fight Foundation. Now, if you're not familiar with what happened, I'll summarize it for you. Dustin wanted to fight. Conor wanted to fight. Dana White was not booking either one of them in a fight. So they came together and said, we're going to host a charity event. We're going to do like 3 rounds or 5 rounds or whatever it was for charity. It's not sanctioned by the UFC. It's just those two guys throwing it in an event. Conor was going to put up the money, and they're going to fight and raise money for Dustin Poirier's foundation, right? And the foundation, what it does is it builds gyms and pays for MMA training and self-defense classes for kids, right? So you get kids who are in a bad life, who need an outlet to learn something and better themselves, and maybe, have a mentor, something of that nature. So it's a good charity, and Dustin's pretty involved in it. So Conor's going to put up a $500,000 donation, which goes a long way for a foundation as small as what this one is. You could open up a couple gyms with $500,000. You could help a lot of kids with $500,000. So cool. They talk about it. They put out a press release on it. And not maybe 2-3 weeks later, Dana White comes out and says, Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, UFC 247 or whatever it was. It was in January. First fight of the year. That's it. Main event. Dustin Conor. Cool. Conor says, I'm going to give your foundation $500,000 anyway. Awesome. Look, dude's got hundreds of millions of dollars. $500,000, not that big a deal to someone who has that much money. And it's for a good cause. They go, they fight. Conor loses. Dustin wins. Yada, yada, yada. It's been kind of radio silence on the whole foundation situation. And lo and behold, Dustin comes out and says, hey, by the way, you never paid the money to the foundation. So on July 4th, you're going to get paid in full. Or whatever the date was. It's July something. 10th, I don't know. It's coming up. So he says, you're going to get paid in full. Well, Connor sees that. They get into a Twitter war. Connor calls him a hillbilly and all this stuff, says the fight's off. You didn't get your money because you didn't tell me where it was going dollar for dollar. So the money walked away. So the fight's off. That sucks. I hate it for Dustin because the money helps a lot of people. And, you know, he's earned the payday. So I hate it for him. And I do like watching Conor McGregor fight, whether he wins or loses. Still a fun fighter to watch. And I don't know if we'll get to see a Conor fight this year again. You know, I'd be surprised if we do. He always says he wants to stay active, yada, yada, yada. But the fight cards are filling up. We're already in April, almost halfway through April, and fights are booked. So you can't just come out and say, I'm going to fight tomorrow. It's not how it works. So that's a bummer. So Monday was full of bad news. So I came home and I did something fun, and I worked on the studio setup a little bit, and I worked on some graphics and some stuff like that so we can put this out here and produce it, and hopefully we can get some people to join the show, and that'll be fun. We can talk about it. I do want to go over here and talk about and just touch base on a couple of these things. We'll talk about a couple of hot topics too, because why not? You know, why not? Let me pull up my comment section here and see what we've got, because there was a couple of them here, and I don't know if people, maybe they just don't listen to the whole video, because I put up a video about the guy getting pepper sprayed at the traffic stop, and I've gotten such ridiculous kind of comments. Some of them are ridiculous. Like old Lad Butler here, I invited him to come on. I haven't seen anyone else join yet, so maybe not. But he said, so what part of you seems like what part of you saw seems like a decent way in any way, shape, or form? I'm not exactly sure what you meant by that, but I don't think I ever said that what they did was decent in any way, shape, or form. So I don't like the way either person exactly handled the situation. Obviously, the officer sets the tone in this case, but none of it was okay, and there was some news about one of them getting fired, or both of them getting fired. Let's see here. Footage. I'm going to pull up this article. They had fired a police officer who pepper sprayed him. So they fired the actual cop who did it. So that's a start. That is a start. It's in the right direction. So I like that. That's good. Now, as far as what happened today with this Dante Wright situation, Biden says, my prayers are with the family of Dante Wright. The president told reporters in the Oval Office on Monday, it's a really tragic thing that happened. Okay, so what are you going to do about it? Now, in this article, a question is, was it an accident? Was it intentional? That remains to be determined by a full-blown investigation. He said, describing the body camera footage shooting as fairly graphic. I mean, maybe we're just desensitized as people, but I don't think it was that graphic. I mean, we watch far more graphic stuff. I mean, like Mortal Kombat's about to come out and push the boundaries of freaking R-rated movies. That video wasn't that graphic. It was very real, but it wasn't that graphic. But here's my take on it. Like, what's the president going to do? He needs to do something. Or if he doesn't do something, people would need to be mad about what he does or doesn't do. We just need to be on the same page. If we're going to be mad at one, we should be mad at both of them. It's crazy that it was also in Minnesota while Derek Chauvin's on trial. That is also crazy. And much like in the George Floyd case, the parents, here do not want there to be riots and unrest. They want peace and calm. And we'll see what happens. I think people are going to lose their shit. I think they're going to lose their shit again. But we'll see what happens. I mean, that's one thing That's one thing that like circles back to what I said earlier in that you have a split decision, right? So this guy, Dante, decided today that he was going to go do whatever he was going to do. But you know you got warrants out. You know you do. Rarely do you not know. And then this officer, they pull him over traffic stop. It seemed pretty ordinary at first. And in a split minute of time, so many lives changed. Like, so many lives changed right there in a matter of minutes. It's crazy. It's unbelievable. So I hope that people can just stay calm and not ripple this out across your community and cause more damage to people and more harm. I hope that doesn't happen. Let's see what else we got going on here. It's kind of interesting because I see a couple articles pop up about Jay-Z and Beyonce buying DMX's masters for $10 million and then giving them to the children of DMX. There is an article here that came out on Variety that says, in no way, shape, or form has anyone bought the masters to Earl's music. And then if you'd like to donate to the funeral, that's fine. But they're really just trying to grieve the loss of their father and their loved one. It's just like, where do these rumors come from? Oh, just pick a prominent black rapper and just say that he bought the rights to this guy's. First of all, if you $10 million for like all of his masters seems kind of cheap. Just kind of does. I mean, he got quite a few albums out there, man. Does seem kind of low. I don't know what to go for, but it just seemed like not a lot of money for that much music. So we had that happen. As far as what else is going on in the news, we can find something happy. Honestly, be nice to find something happy or something interesting outside of that. Let's see here. What else we got? Google rolling out heads-up features so you're not distracted by your smartphone. Good luck with that. We're all distracted by them. Mine's right here. I do envy people who just don't have to use it on the regular. What else we got here? I don't know what that means. Tesla owners say open butthole and get a little surprised. Oh man, Tesla. I haven't done that. I mean, I guess I could go out and try it. Maybe on a different video. I'll go out and see if my car does anything when I say open butthole. It's kind of a weird thing to say. Little Easter egg, and it is ability to turn on fart. That's what it says. I don't know. I don't see anything else too exciting. Technology. Entertainment. We do have Mortal Kombat coming out. Like I said, I'm excited to see that. I like when they remake some of these movies in modern times. I remember watching them as a kid, and they were good then. But the CGI is so much better now. The remakes are just ridiculous. I just watched Kong versus Godzilla, Zilla versus Kong, whatever you call it. It's a crazy movie. Like, it's all CGI, but freaking ridiculous movie. It's cool. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but it's neat to watch. I like how these movies evolve. I like how they get creative. I mean, the creative aspect from designing is unreal. Macaulay Culkin has a baby. Don't care. What else we got? Oh, how about this? Will Smith pulls slavery drama emancipation from filming in Georgia over voter restrictions. Will Smith and Antoine Fuqua are no longer going to make this movie in Georgia because of political reasons. They say they are not going to give Georgia the revenue from the movie based on heightened voter ID laws. I wonder what the actual impact of that is. Like, obviously, they lose out on revenue from that movie. But what is the impact outside of just that? The people who had jobs here, whatever, we took those jobs away from these people who had nothing to do with, at all, anything to do with voter ID laws. And we just took their jobs away because your butt hurt about it. I don't think it's going to, I mean, we're not going to go back and, nobody in the Georgia government is going to stop and go, oh my God, dude, Steve, we got to change the law. Why? Because Will Smith not going to make a movie. They're going to be like, what? Got to change it. It's not going to happen. They're not going to care. The law is not going to change because you don't want to make a movie here. I'm sorry. It's just not. But what did change is a lot of people who had jobs and needed jobs no longer have jobs. They went elsewhere. Dude, I don't even want to know why this is even... Who typed this? Who typed this article? What are you doing with your life? Hold on. Hold the phone. Let me pull this up. Hold the phone. And this is a serious question. A serious question. Hold on. Let me capture it right here. All right. Who typed this article that says Harvey Weinstein learns about air fryers ahead of extradition hearing? What are you doing with your life? Who wrote this? Let's look it up. Rebecca Rosenberg and Crystal Bell. Two people. What are you doing with your life? Who are you? And why are you typing this bullshit? I want to know. Harvey Weinstein losing his sight and his teeth. Good. Fucking gross. Disgraced movie. So, this woman just writes dumb celebrity stories. Is that what we got here? Rebecca Rosenberg. Stop. Stop what you're doing. You know what we need to know about Harvey Weinstein? You know what we need to know about Harvey Weinstein? Effing nothing. That's what. The guy needs to go away, and no one needs to talk about him anymore. Guilty? Goodbye. Don't put this dumbass clickbait bullshit on my feed. It's like, you want to be a journalist, write about something worth writing about. Not that. It's freaking stupid. Anything else happening? Oh, I don't know how I feel about this one. Hold up. How about this one? This is funny. After Usher allegedly gave an exotic dancer money with his face on it, gave a stripper money with his face on it to tip dancers across the country. Rally behind. It says, ladies, what would you do if you danced all night for Usher and he threw this? They have no trade-in value whatsoever. I mean, look, Usher's walking around with a clear suitcase full of money with his own face on it. I mean, maybe he's treating it kind of like his own tangible Bitcoin. He just threw some Usher dollar bills at you. I said at the beginning of the podcast, we live in a weird world, man. Strange times. Strange times. The Rock for president? Yeah, do it. Run. Run for president, Rock. Do it. It's be like a long Rock movie. It'll be like a long... I don't know. Pick a movie. Hopefully not Skyscraper. Hopefully it's not that movie, but let's pick another one. Hey, if you're joining the podcast, welcome. I'm just scrolling through some of the some of the more entertaining news that's out there, because I covered some stuff that was kind of a bummer on Monday. And if you want to join the actual podcast via Zoom, we can get you in here and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about and pick a topic. So that's fun. And if you don't want to use Zoom, you can use the live chat feature right here. We can just chat it up in the live. So you see something, say something. So, yeah, I'm just going through there. If you missed that story, sure, Usher gave strippers fake money with his face on it. So, that's happening. I mean, when you're Usher, I guess you just do what you want. It would be funny if you had like a QR code, you scanned it and you just put like $10 in your Cash App account. That'd be funny. You know, weird time. Weird times, man. Got any more unfit? Look, entertainment news. All right, let's move on. Let's go to science. See what's happening in science. Friggin' NASA is going to fly a helicopter on Mars. Look, I have a hard time flying a helicopter on Earth. How are you going to fly a helicopter on Mars? It's impressive. I don't know how it works. Like, the latency's got to be so crazy. Hey, if you're joining the podcast, we are just going through some more uplifting news stories that's there. You can join the chat, or you can join via Zoom, and we can talk one-on-one, mano-a-mano. You can use your phone or your laptop. Doesn't matter. I have a link in the description if you'd like to join on Zoom. But I'm going through some more uplifting stuff because today was a bummer. We had a lot of bad news come out today. And sometimes we just need to talk about something that's not shitty. So pick a topic. I was going to tell a story earlier about my experience in stand-up. And, you know, since COVID's been around, I haven't been able to do any stand-up. It's just kind of getting opened up in Atlanta a little bit, where some of the shows are coming back. There used to be so many open mics. You could probably hit 20 open mics a week. And now, you know, I see some of the comics posting up their open mic nights, and they're getting some shows together, but it's not the same. It's not the same yet. And I do hope to make my way back out there and do some open mics again, because they were a blast. And the people were fun, and I miss the comics. I miss seeing them. I miss the jokes. I miss the environment. I miss all of it. You know, I miss bombing on stage. See, I bombed some dude. Had some tough crowds. But I do enjoy doing it. So do miss that. I was going to tell a story of when I first did stand up, how I ended up going down. Because it was kind of an impromptu thing, and it was funny. It was fun. And I made some friends that night that lasted, you know, that I still talk to. So that was fun. Yeah, we're just going through some more uplifting stuff here, because the world is falling apart at our fingertips. We got a supermoon coming up. That's cool if you go out and see that thing. MIT researchers want to talk to spiders. I don't know why. Why do they want to talk to spiders? Listen, we're trying to make Spider-Man. New headline. MIT researchers want to make Spider-Man. That's what it should be. The frequencies of a vibrating spider have been made into music. That's cool, I guess. I don't know. What does it sound like? What does it sound like? Let me hear his mixtape. Now we're going to be walking around the woods, and spiders are going to be handing out mixtapes. That's what's going to happen. Ridiculous. What do they want to do? Scientists are talking about climate change, unleashing imaginable amounts of water as ice shelves collapse. What did I talk about? What did I see? Maybe it was Neil deGrasse Tyson, or it was another scientist that was talking about ice in a cup, right? So if I have a cup with liquid in it, and I fill it up with ice, and the ice melts, will the cup overflow? You know, will the water from the ice melt and overflow the cup? Well, it won't, because it's displacing the same amount of volume. So as the glacier melts, the water level doesn't really rise. It's just the same amount in the ocean. You know, the only way that it would change is if that glacier was not in the ocean, and then we put it into the ocean, and then the ocean level would rise. Aside from that, it wouldn't rise. It would stay the same. So Interesting there. Let's see. Scientists find ancient flying monkey dactyl with oldest opposed thumb. Isn't that something from The Wizard of Oz? A monkey dactyl? What is that thing? What the is that thing? It's obviously a drawing. Who drew this? Doesn't look anything like a monkey. 660 million year old fossil of a reptile is hitching a ride into the history books. Okay. I'll bite. It doesn't look anything like a monkey, though. I think we should rename it. This thing needs to be redone. I'm going to pull it up. Hold on. This right here needs to go through the Mitch Hedberg School of Naming. Because that is definitely not anything that looks like a monkey. Monkey dactyl, I think not. Or just redraw it. One of those two things could happen. Redraw it. Doesn't look like a monkey. It's a stupid name. We need a better name. Better name for that thing. Let's go with that. Oh, man, NASA. It's cool that NASA's actually doing stuff. What? What is this? What is this? Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone, NASA. Hold the phone. Pull it up. Pull it up. Boom. What are we doing right here? NASA's Artemis program, get off my screen, will land the first person of color on the moon. When are we going back to the moon? What is this? Bump who it is, like. The administration submitted U.S. President Joe Biden's priorities for 2022 discretionary spending to Congress Friday. Calls for an increase of more than 6% the previous year, according to NASA. $24.7 billion funding request demonstrates its commitment to NASA and its furtherance partners. Well, how are they getting to the moon? Why are we going back to the moon? Why haven't we gone back to the moon? And then, I mean, all of this aside, look. If you're from any nationality, going to the moon's cool. I don't care if you're black, white, Asian. I don't care if you're a freaking monkey dactyl. How come no one's talking about us going back to the moon? Probably because it's not happening. It's probably just a load of crap where they just gave NASA a crap ton of money and then NASA's going to think about going back to the moon, talk about it, and then they're not going to get it. If it said NASA and SpaceX are going to the moon, then they're definitely going to the moon. NASA on its own, I don't buy it. I don't know if it's going to make it. But that would be cool. Longest recorded small-tooth sawfish washes up dead in Florida. All right, let's get out of science. Bump science. Local news, business world. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm going to talk about, let's just get off of that. Let's talk about some side hustles that I see happen and people's willingness to do them. I am seriously impressed with people's willingness in the last 12 months to do whatever it takes to make money and survive. Because I think if there's anything good that came out of this entire pandemic and this entire shutdown, all this stuff, is that it really put people who were on the fence about doing something for themselves, it really put them, those people who were on the fence, it gave them a big push. It took away maybe their safety net. It took away their crutch, took away their excuse, took away a lot of what's the word I'm trying to think of? I don't know. I had a brain fart. Anyway, it took away the reason that they wouldn't do it. And they did. People had more time. People had less money. And I do believe that people now have more time and more money. How many people I saw with side hustles on Fiverr out there killing it? Doing Amazon, doing eBay, doing reselling stuff. I mean, look, I went and bought stuff and resold at Goodwill. You know, that side hustle, the flipping stuff, garage sales. making money on the internet, doing affiliate marketing, all of these side hustles. The one thing they all have in common is they all take work, but it is impressive to see it. And in the last year, I started my own side hustle with TMF Apparel. That was not intended to be quite what I ended up making it. It was just going to be, a little fun side gig, make an extra couple bucks, and, enjoy doing it. Design cool t-shirts, wear them. It all kind of started just because my girlfriend had a bunch of fun gym tank tops and gym shirts that had puns on them, and I didn't have anything to wear. That was even kind of punny, and most of the guys at the gym wear pretty boring shirts. And I'm like, dude, I want some fun gym shirts. Like, give me something cool. So I started making my own, and then I started putting them on Etsy, and I had no experience with Etsy. I've just sold e-commerce, but not Etsy. And people started buying them. It was exciting. And I did pretty well on Etsy overall, for a side hustle. And this year, TMF Apparel goes full time and expanded it pretty well. And she started out, I pushed her, she's a graphic designer, and I pushed her to do something to make a little more money. She had a lot of free time, and she's an amazing artist. And I got her an iPad for Christmas and Procreate and the Apple Pencil. I gave her all the tools to do something. And, she started drawing designs and drawing little digital cards and put them on Etsy. She sold some up, and it's exciting. I wish she would do more. I wish she would continue it. I think, with things going back to normal, she's probably going to fall into the same routine that she was in before and not really make time to do it. But if you're out there and you've ever thought about starting a business, leave me some comments, or doing a side hustle. Man, I've sold stuff on Amazon. It's tough. Amazon's a tough realm. But I've also had fun going to Goodwill and buying knickknacks and stuff. Going, hey, man, you know what? That's a $10 bill. It's a $5 bill. Put it on Facebook Marketplace and sell it. Feels good. I think I turned my best profit item. I turned this little, it's like a Christmas music box, like a dollhouse. Paid $6 for it, and it worked. It lit up. Music played. It's in good shape. I'm like, dude, that's a $25 bill. And I got home and I was looking at some online. I'm like, dude, it's sells pretty good money. So I put it on Facebook for $75. I'm like, we'll see, man. Maybe someone will be like $40 for it. Man, I sold that joker for $65 plus shipping. So it was a solid $59 profit. So you can do it, man. And it didn't take really any effort. And I got my kids doing it. My son out there and buying some stuff and trying to flip it. So, it's fun. It's exciting. So those side hustles are pretty legit. Doing YouTube is legit side hustle. Just takes doing it. Just takes setting it up and doing it. Now I put a little bit of money into my setup here. You don't, have to start like that. You can start off smaller. But I've got a soundboard, a mixing board, two good mics. I've got some ring lights. I've got a background. I've got a green screen. I've got extra monitors. I've got the streaming camera. All that fun stuff. And for me, since I've been on my own and worked for myself for so long, I see these things all as just investments in yourself. That's what that is. It's an investment in yourself, and it will pay back. You just got to do it. It's like I'm doing now. Just got to get out here and do it. Whether one person watches your show or 1,000 people or 100,000 people, just put it out there. I watch too much Gary Vee to believe otherwise. So it is just after 10 o'clock. I have been out here streaming for 49 minutes. Hasn't been that exciting, but it is a Monday. Outside of that, got a long work week ahead of me. So I'm not looking forward to that. It is what it is. Got to fix the Tesla. Paint the bumper. Get that thing all fixed up. And do some more shows. Hopefully the stocks don't tank. Hopefully the world doesn't end. And we have ourselves a great rest of the week. So if you joined the show, I appreciate it. I don't care if there was one of you or 5 of you. I appreciate all the views. And I love to keep them going. And over time, I'm going to have more guests. Hell, last night I had Jacob on here. A friend of mine, we do jiu-jitsu together. We go to the lake. He helps me out at work sometimes. And man, for whatever reason, we got on a conversation about, look, straight, we got on a conversation about good looking dudes. I don't know how that happened. It all started with, I don't know, some actor. He's like, that's a good looking dude. Yeah, well, this is a good looking. And then we're down a list, a pretty long list of good looking dudes. So that was fun. It was weird, but it was fun. And that's sometimes just where these things go. So I implore you to join the show and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about, dude. You want to talk about starting up your own t-shirt company. You want to talk about what it takes to do DTG. You want to talk about what it takes to run a website or social media or start a podcast or start a TikTok or YouTube. I'm trying to get my friend Holly over here to be a part of my podcast. She's probably still at work, but she has a pretty good TikTok following, and she's actually heading to Vegas this week for a ketones thing. She's in this ketones deal, and trying to get her on here. She's got a big TikTok following, and we could have some fun. And honestly, she's crazy. And I think we'd have a fun conversation with that as well. And maybe we can get some of her TikTok followers to jump on with us. But she's a crazy ass single mom, and she's my best friend, and we always have fun. We always have a good time. So she's at work now, I think. I don't know. I just sent her a message. We'll see if she's getting off work. She can come by. She don't work too far from where I'm at. So maybe she could come pop in the studio. But most people are probably going to be Zoom guests, unfortunately. Just the nature of the game right now. So I'd love for you guys to join me on Zoom. If you're interested in some of the DTG stuff, I did make some DTG videos on my other channel. I'm going to have to just upload them to this one, probably. Some direct-to-garment ones. Man, my printers gave me hell today. They are so damn fragile. So I had to buy 2 new parts donor machines and try to overnight them to me and take them apart so I can get back up printing tomorrow, which is a bummer. It's just the cost of doing business sometimes. Sometimes you just make stupid mistakes. And honestly, sometimes it's a mistake I made just from the way the day started. Started off with, I want to get up at 6:30 in the morning to go drive these kids to school. Followed by the ex-wife telling me she can't want the dog at the house because she's trying to sell her house. And now I have to deal with the dog when I wasn't planning on dealing with the dog because I left all this stuff at my house and I didn't need to bring it with me. Followed by the ex-girlfriend not being awake to go on the walk, which put us behind. Followed by this, followed by a fender bender, followed by stocks going in. Like, it was just a downward. Honestly, my morning started off a lot like my stock. It started off up here, down about 1.5%. And as we got closer to 9:30, you got a lot closer to friggin' down 10% for the day. So sometimes that's just how it goes, man. And I learned a while back, even the paint game, because I painted motorcycles for freaking too long, 18 years. And in the paint game, you know, when you get antsy or you make a mistake, you want to fix it so fast, the best thing you can do is just wait. Let that stuff chill out and come back and fix it in a couple hours or tomorrow. Walk away. I should have done it with my printer. I should have came in and been like, we'll come back to this. We're going to take some time with this. But made a stupid mistake, cost me a couple $100. That's the reality of it. So there's that. And then what doesn't help me is, you know, people are so customer service oriented in my other business. Dude, I am out of F's to give for a lot of people. Like, people that infringe upon my time outside of work for that get under my skin. I'm closed on Monday. I'm closed on Monday. I'm sorry that you're outside, but I'm not open. And I don't just open because you're here. And I saw a lady at the hobby store yesterday try to return something to the hobby store. I don't know, the return policy is no returns. You get store credit, good for a year, or you can keep your shit. That's basically what it is. She's like, and I hear I'm not buying, I'm just in the store. And She's like, well, it doesn't say that on the receipt. And he's like, yeah, it does. It says it on the receipt. She's like, well, it doesn't say it in the. He's like, it says it right here. They're at the register. It's right here. This is ridiculous. I just bought it. I don't care if you bought it 5 seconds ago. It's yours. If you have store credit, good for a year. I don't want that. And in my experience, the people who put up this fight, they just call their credit card company or debit card company, and they file a chargeback claim. It's a giant mess. And what's frustrating about it is they create their own return policy. And the business suffers from it. Look, they have a policy for a reason. You buy something electronic and it doesn't work because you dumbass broke it when you got home, can't return it. But yeah, big companies like Best Buy or whatever, Amazon will take anything back. I bought this GoPro 8 black, open box buy, saved $30 because somebody had buyer's remorse or whatever. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. They took it back, and Best Buy can't sell it for the same price they originally sold it for. So Best Buy lost $30, plus they lost that sale, plus all that, whatever it cost them just to restock the item and pay employees and all that shit. And then they can't sell it for full value anymore. So that's the world we live in. We just, as consumers, take advantage of these. And as a small business, I understand that sucks. Sometimes I just eat it, man. Because it's not fair. Not fair that you're an idiot and you made a stupid mistake. So you don't want to pay for it, and someone else is going to pay for it. That sucks. And I've ate plenty of them on Amazon, man. Selling stuff on Amazon, bro. The thing about t-shirt game is I don't stress about like someone that's not happy with a t-shirt, because I can send you another t-shirt. It don't cost me like what, $7, about $7, and you'd be happy. If I sell a shirt for $25 and I made $12 on the shirt and it cost me $7 to get another one, it's better than me refunding you $25 and then having you send me the shirt back. It's so that business model works for me. I'm like, you know what? You ordered something for your girlfriend who you thought was a size small, and she wears a men's 2X. So keep that one, and I'll just send you another. Give it to somebody. Pay it forward. Tonight's shirt of the night. Right here, I'm gonna stand up and show it to you. Boom. Gang, gang. This is my Theo Von Gang Gang fan art retro shirt. You can get on the website. You can get on Etsy. It's one of my favorites. Theo Von, the Rat King hitter. I got a couple Theo Von designs. I like them. Some King and the Sting designs as well, if you want to grab some of those. They're fun shirts. I got some Rogan shirts. But I do like, this is probably one of my favorites. I do wear this one pretty often. Yesterday I wore the Rogan, the JRE Bear shirt. I like that one too. And I need to design some more fun ones around that. So I look forward to that. But if you're interested in those, you can grab a shirt in the link in the description. I think I have one to the Etsy page, one to my page, and you can find it on Amazon. I'm still, no matter where you buy it, I still have to print it and then ship it to you. So pick your poison. You can buy it on Amazon, you can buy it on Etsy, you can buy it on the website. Process is the same. Same. But I've been up here for about an hour, and I think I'm going to take a break, and maybe I will come back. So I'm going to put up a BRB here, and let's see. I think I have a BRB. Let me see. I might have to make a graphic. We're gonna have to make a graphic in real time. We could go into Photoshop, come up with a B right back, or we could take the easy route. We could just Google B right back graphic and just grab one of them bad boys. Oh, I like that one because it kind of matches my neons. Let's pick one out here. Let's pick one out. I like this one. I'm going to save this one right here as a BRB, and I'm going to throw it up. I can refill my cup, make a phone call, see if I can get someone to join me. If you want to join me, it's easy. as it gets. All you got to do is join the Zoom meeting in the description. Pretty simple. Overall, have a BRB, arm. Oh, let's pull this graphic here. Bam. There it is. Be right back. I'm going to mute the mic right here. And I'll see you guys shortly.
world of no love. I'm hustling off of my family. Boy, I never had nothing handed me. People done shit to me you can't believe. school bitches would laugh at me. Now they hitting me up, saying what's up. Do you remember me? I'm tryna fuck. Nah, I don't fuck with you. If the struggle hard, gotta hustle harder. Put me in the game, I'm the fucking starter. I'm the man in my city like Peter Parker. My only role model is my mama and father. I'ma pay their bills, stack that bread. So much damn shit going on in my head. Used to think that I'd be better up there. Then I realized every day is a blessing. Never fail till you stop trying. Soon I'ma be in your top 5. Sometimes I wish I could stop time. Tell me, God, why the Pac die? Do I have to die young to become a legend? Cause I don't really wanna fucking die right now. Every single day in my life I'm stressing. I've been working hard as my time right now. I bled first and I shed tears. I'll be a household name by next year. I ain't give a shit when I met fear. I'm better turn it up into next gear. I do things that I shouldn't. I did what they said I couldn't. I'm still with the same team that I came up with, not like Drew Gooden. God will never put you through a situation that you can't deal with. I know when I speak y'all feel it. My cup's low, can you feel it? I'm pouring up for my loved ones and my dead friends that ain't make it. When life get hard and it get rough and you feel like you can't take it, search deep down inside, find the last bit of hope. This life one hell of a ride, I'm hanging on by a rope. Then God sent me a sign, said carry on with your day. Just stop stressing and tripping, take a breath, it's gonna be okay, rest.
Take a look at the stars, can reach if you want to. Don't be afraid to change, cause the people don't want to. Be who you want to, dream if you want to. Always be yourself and the people will want you. Don't care what the people say. You know we're gonna do it big anyway. You know we're gonna do it big anyway. You know we're gonna do it big anyway. See, I be up in class, but my mind is in the clouds though. Know the teacher's mad cause my music beating loud, ho. Tell me keep it down, say I kill it on the down low. And if I turn it up, then I'm bound to attract the crowd. So no wonder me and Tim be out of state, doing things you can't imagine. Chris Angel on the mic, give me a beat, I'll show you magic. We born in different planes, but we oh so far from average. Look, I'm passing cause the lane you in is way too full of traffic. See, I'm living like a dream, though it's rare to see me sleeping. From Dallas out to Cleveland and Virginia in a weekend. Come back to take a final in the class, I'm steady creeping. Then head to NYC to meet with Bo and have a meeting. See my life moving so fast, now my days appear a blur. No sticker stones, I'm trying to have you moving with my words. See, it's crazy cause I'm working, but it don't feel that hard. We enjoying every second on the way to being stars, yes sir. Take a look at the stars, can reach if you want to. Don't be afraid to change cause the people don't want to. Be who you want to, dream if you want to. Always be yourself and the people will want you. Don't care what the people say. You know we're gonna do it big anyway. You know we're gonna do it big anyway. You know we're gonna do it big anyway. Okay, I hear the crowd yelling, but I don't think they loud enough. Niggas used to hate, but now they saying that they proud of us. Saying we can make it, me and Tim just smile and take it. Cause we got here believing that one day we be the greatest. Harrison keep me grounded, grinding just like I'm skating. So I be staying focused, the game is up for the taking. Used to be writing lyrics and nobody would listen. So now that I got the ears, I'm refusing to stop the pitching. Staying up every night in the studio making hits. I'm carefully crafting flows, a carpenter with this shit. And killing it with precision, the target I'm never missing. Just listen and you can tell I was destined to do this shit. Man, all of the things I dream are steadily coming true. So many people to meet, so many more things to do. And I'm enjoying it all, I'm trying to take it in hopes that I reach a dream before it comes to an end. Let's go. Take a look at the stars, can reach if you want to. Don't be afraid to change cause the people don't want to. Be who you want to, dream if you want to. Always be yourself and the people will want you. Don't care what the people say. You know we're gonna do it big anyway. You know we're gonna do it big anyway. You know we're gonna do it big anyway.
All right, everybody. I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to chill out a little bit, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So thanks for stopping by. I'm going to cut my stream here, and hopefully tomorrow's a better day because the damn sure ain't Monday.